Hey everyone, this is Chris from Noisewire. I'm here today with Lassie from the band Distant Stairs. How are you doing today, Lassie?
I'm doing great. It's just that the weather is absolutely horrible here in Finland.
That's terrible.
It's dark and it's rainy at the same time.
That's not bad for
cold.
a goth band, though.
Yeah, it's good in that regard, but
Setting the mood.
Yeah.
So, just to get started, look, we'll start from the beginning. Can you give me an idea of what your musical background is? Like, how did you get started writing music and playing music? Was it something you did early on, or was it something that you came into later in life?
So yeah, it's a kind of long story. So when I was a kid, I wasn't musical at all. Like I was more into like sports, like soccer. You guys speak about soccer, and some other like sports. I only listened like The Offspring, maybe some Linkin Park, something like that. But I wasn't deep into the music. But when I was like, let's say 16 or 17, I started to have this urge to have a guitar because I had found the first like lighter metal bands, well, more basically like metal bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, and then bands like Children of Bodom, if you know that one.
Yeah.
Finnish melodic death metal band, kind of came up to me, and I realized that, at least at the time, I thought that like shredding like crazy with guitar would be the coolest thing ever. So I picked up electric guitar at the age of 18. So that was a huge turning point. And at the start, I didn't take it really seriously because I just thought that like it's just like noodling around and like shredding some cool riffs. But quite fast I realized that I want to make my own music, like my own songs. And it was really awkward at the start because I had no theory, no musical background whatsoever. So like the first songs I composed, they didn't even have like the even bars, you know. The duration of the riffs were like inconsistent and stuff like that. It was really weird. But slowly but steadily I started learning more and more about the music, and I like, let's say 2 or 3 years from that, I joined my new first band. It was a death metal band, and it was really good for a first band because for starters we had a bass player and 2 guitar players, well of course vocalist and drummer too, but all the string players, all of our instruments were out of tune, so the level wasn't that high. But it was kind of nice for me because I got into the whole band thing and like started learning from other musicians because so far I had been really lone wolf and like just playing with myself. But I kind of got the social aspect of it all, and it started growing there. I started to take it more seriously. Back then, being in a black metal band was actually my dream, so I found one, and we kind of did a lot of stuff with that one. It's kind of secret because we didn't share our identities or anything. We used like hoods and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But another turning point was like, let's say 7 years ago from now, when I realized that Depeche Mode is the best band in the world of all time. And where that came from was my parents' music taste. So they never listened to metal. They were the like original 80s goths. But as a kid, I was super rebellious against their music taste, like many kids.
Yeah.
And as you know, like in 19s and early 2000s, there was no Spotify back then. There was people were listening CDs, vinyls, and from the speakers. So what my parents listened, I was forced to listen as well. I couldn't escape it. So like all those bands, like Depeche Mode, The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, those basics, they got really stuck to my DNA, because whether I want it or not. And now when talking about that 7 years thing, I was struck about the fact that the music my parents listened was actually good, really, really good. And I had that huge rush of nostalgia when I went to YouTube and like checked all the Depeche Mode music videos, singles out, and I was like, oh damn, this is huge. And the thing was, until then I had been mainly a guitar player and composer, producer. I wasn't singing before that, and from that point on, I kind of started to have this goal of singing goth music as well, and that was also like a really learning process because at the start I mainly imitated Dave Gahan of Depeche Mode, and of course that doesn't really work out. But by the time I had been doing that for like 2 or 3 years and making own songs, of course, of that genre, I started to realize that I don't need to imitate anyone. Like, I have pretty unique voice in a way. It's like, it's kind of low, but it's not, of course, like that opera singer. Like, it's not like, but it's way lower than, for example, Dave Gahan, a lot lower. So I just realized, let me sing with my own voice and see where it goes. And then it was like I was still searching the style, but in 2022 I formed Distant Stairs, and that's the thing I've been pursuing quite a lot. But in short, like, I have long background in music in general, and it has helped me a lot in many things. But
yeah, so let's talk about when you started Distant Stairs in 2022. So that was a completely solo project when you started it, correctly? Like you're writing all the music, you're singing everything.
Yeah.
How do you approach it now? Like, I know you're a 4-piece now. Are you still primarily writing all the music and recording all the music, or are you working with your other band members now and kind of writing collaboratively?
It's both. So it's kind of like I have way more time for making music than the others. Actually, we are 5-piece now. We have recently also found a drummer in our ranks. So, yeah, but it's like the way it goes now is some of the songs I finish alone, but I try to like have those like, not to say gems, well, I try to make every song as good as possible, but like those songs that I feel that somebody else can bring a lot to the table as well, I take them, those guys. So it's both. So it's in a weird way, Distant Stairs is at the same time it's a solo, still a solo project, but still a 5-piece.
Nice.
Because,
so when you're in the studio now, though, like, are you recording with your live band members, or are you recording tracks individually, the different instruments and whatnot yourself, or is it a hybrid still of both of that?
Yeah, that's also somewhat of a hybrid. So the Epitaph song and actually all the songs that are supposed to be on that album then. Darkness is like you. I can never make you my own. All of those songs have been really recorded here and there, mostly in each member's like bedrooms and stuff like that. It's really like that kind of stuff, and sending files over. Well, the modern stuff, but our new drummer has actually a rehearsal place and a studio at the same time. So the very, very new material that will be released in very long time from now we'll be having that infrastructure mostly. But
nice.
we are kind of flexible those things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, working with technology that we have now, you can individually create things and send them to each other and put them together. So it's kind of cool you can work that way.
Yeah, it's insane how, for example, all the line inputs and stuff are so advanced. Like, for example, my ID14, Audient ID14 sound card, it's like 200 euros, well, $250, maybe something like that. It's just insanely good because, like, when I, for example, record vocals, I don't get any like hum or hiss. It's really good, the quality.
Nice.
So, yep, that has like enabled the super flexiness and like, of course, also the budgeting, which is really essential in goth, this kind of like lo-fi goth music in a way. Well, not lo-fi, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's not we're not like recording a symphony orchestra,
right? Yeah,
anything like that. So
yeah, it can sound kind of rough around the edges, and it works for the style of music. Yeah.
Yep.
So going back to sort of the early days of Distant Stares, you were a guitar player, but you're playing bass and you're singing and you're, I guess, programming drums and playing keyboards. Yeah. Did all that just come naturally to you, or did you specifically set out and say, like, now that I want to do my own thing, I'm going to teach myself how to play bass, I'm going to teach myself how to play keyboards?
I'd say that at least when it comes to guitar and bass, the stuff I played back in the metal days was way, way, way harder technically because it was much faster and more technical, more notes. So at least when guitar and bass are considered, playing gothic rock is super easy for me because it's usually not very technical. It's more about like the feeling and sound. Actually, the sound is super important. But it's like keyboards. I'd say it's that because I usually use, if you have noticed, I use the long strings. It's really easy to play because you just ding and it's there. But I don't have that much like so that's easy to play. But I cannot play that like super fast, of course. But I don't need to because I kind of don't want that kind of stuff to my music. Right, maybe, but it's like I feel like the skill set in terms of like playing has been there for a long time for this kind of stuff. Always like when it comes to performance, always the vocals are the hardest because it just requires that exceptional feeling, to deliver something really, really good.
Your fears are fighting for your control. Who is the son of all? Who will conquer all? Son of all.
Yeah, it's like completely organic. So you either got to be feeling it or you're not, and any kind of like problems with the recording come through and stuff like that. So I could see that being challenging.
Yeah, and also like the lyrics, of course, like it's really important for me that the lyrics are there. I cannot sing lyrics that don't mean anything to me. They have to have some kind of deep meaning to me, even if it would be a bit confusing. But I have to be able to dive into certain world for the singing to work, because like I know there are many singers that are like, for example, they have like the composer or the producer, and the producer has like written like half-assed lyrics to the singer, and the singer just, then for those guys it's usually all about the sound. They just want it to sound really good, but I don't know if it can ever sound good if there is no soul, no meaning, no passion behind it. Because like, strangely enough, like the lyrics are, after all, pretty much 50% of the music in a way.
Yeah. So let's talk about kind of the content of your songs and like what inspires you. So do you write from strictly sort of personal experiences, or are you the kind of person that likes to sort of come up with like a scenario in your head and put yourself in the persona of another person and kind of tell their story? Like, how do you What inspires you to like start writing a song, basically?
Well, so far it has been indeed mostly personal. Most of the so far released songs from Distant Stairs have been from my turmoil, like life in my 20s, there are a lot of confusing situations, relationships, feelings. So it has been mostly those, but I'm not like, it's totally possible that I will expand more things in the future, but so far it has been stuff like that. And like it's that like I like to dive deep when I get strokes of like anxiety or depression, even if it's little. I usually just try to write a song and figure out what it's about, kind of like therapeutic thing. And I feel like that's the really powerful thing. And I also think it's really good for gothic rock because it's like it's not that stereotypical like vampires and like coffins and stuff like that. I mean, those things are cool, but I like to have to be able to stay in like the real life, at least in some way, even though, well, feelings aren't like real, they're not concrete, but they are really bound to our everyday lives. So that's the main approach, at least so far.
Yeah, so I've noticed that your music, like content wise, like it's dark, obviously, like it has a dark edge to it, but the lyrics don't seem like fatalistic, or they don't seem like really like there's some there's not uplifting, but there's some kind of like hope in your lyrics, I feel like, or kind of like you're looking outside of just like the dark part that's happening and kind of looking to what happens after that or how you get through it.
I know that we should be like everyone else, the walking dead. Oh, you are so much more than them. Oh, you are the inspiration and pain. With vision and zeal, I know we will prevail.
Does that sound accurate to you, or are you where do you kind of feel like you fall in terms of dark music, like especially coming from a metal background?
That's a good question. Like, it's something like I think it comes down to like the writing style, maybe. Like, I actually try to avoid stuff like that, but maybe it comes like naturally, things like that, because it's indeed true that in my everyday life, I think I'm kind of like positive person. I'm kind of optimistic about things, so maybe it shines through. But at the same time, I really adore writers like, let's say, Morrissey. I really like when, in many songs of his solo career and like the Smiths, many of the songs don't have those happy endings, and I absolutely like love that, because it breaks the pattern. It breaks that like Hollywood happy ending pattern, which I love. But I don't know. Actually, that's interesting point you laid out, because I don't know actually. they just turn out how they are.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Maybe it's genuine, but yeah. Interesting. But yeah, that's a good point. Like, you don't write songs that you necessarily adore. You write songs that just come from inside you. Like, you don't necessarily write the best songs. You write the songs that speak to you the most.
Right.
Actually. Yeah.
So I've noticed there were some female vocals on at least one of your tracks. I feel like there was
quite many.
Yeah.
Quite many tracks.
Not even now. We are still bound. We are the guilty ones.
What is how did that come about? Like, is that a personal friend that you wanted to add a more female touch to it, or like what inspired you to sort of bring that into the fold?
So it has been many ways. Like some have been like when I have been browsing Spotify, and like the playlist that like Distance there have been, and shout out to like the Pilatus playlists. Pilatus is a Portuguese. Well, he does many things in the goth scenes, but shout out to him. He has a great playlist. Well, actually many. And I have discovered many great artists from there and messages from them. But it has been also like the other way around, that some female vocalist has contacted me in Instagram, stuff like that. So none of the feats so far has been actually any like old acquaintances. They have all been like, hey, let's make a song together. Your voice is cool. It's really like kind of spontaneous.
Oh, cool.
They have been awesome experiences, all of them. Yeah.
So, in terms of collaboration, like, is there anyone current, like a contemporary artist that you can think of that you would enjoy collaborating with, or maybe, you know, doing like either doing a song with, or maybe doing like a remix of a song or something like that?
Well, there is Lux Mala. She is an Argentinian, type of a goth artist, also solo artist. I actually already participated in her remix album, but at least she is one which I would like to make an like actual collaboration song, like really a new one. But we've both been kind of busy lately because we have been like, for example, in Distance Test, we have been working this 4-piece and then 5-piece, and we have played a few gigs and stuff like that. So collaborations are also like, they take extra effort because you have to like, you just cannot make that like in your own computer only. You have to communicate with other person, and you kind of put the bar higher, which is awesome. But she for sure looks Mala.
Nice. So you have a video coming out November 7th for a song Epitaph.
Makes me wonder what's left after all of these deeds I've done. The soul affection, every caress is conditional. And so it says.
Can you tell us a little bit about like what went into making that video? I don't think it's your first video. I think you have at least one other video, but what was kind of the inspiration behind making a video for this song? And like, was there a story you were trying to tell with the video, or what was going on there?
So initially it was a really spontaneous idea because I think it was our synth player Matti who was like, we must make a music video for this song because it's awesome. And all of the guys were like, yes, indeed. And then was that I'm kind of like, let's say, I'm kind of perfectionist in a way. Like, I want to make things in high quality on many things, but like I started to put the bar kind of high. Like, we must make I wonder what's that in English, but like, you know, when there is like script, but when there is also like the script where you have to draw all the scenes separately. I don't know if you are familiar what that is, but for example, in movies, if there is a scene when somebody is shot, and then they will, before they ever like shoot it, they will draw like 10 frames of what will actually happen. So
like a storyboard, basically.
Yeah, storyboard.
That's
So I was like, we must make like a proper storyboard, and like I had really like, it's because none of us have like none of us are professionals when it comes to videography, and none of us have made those things like before. And well, I have made stuff like that a bit, and I know it takes a super amount of effort. So at first it was kind of like just clogging really slowly the project, but then it was like actually Matti, the synth player, the same guy, I think he's super visual guy, so he sent some sketches where he tried some dark like filters and stuff in like basement type of environment, something like that. And I think at that point I realized that let's just make the damn thing. Like, let's not like overthink too much. But I wanted to make some like concept to the video as well. That it's not only just that we are like playing. I for me it was really important that we have different scenes as well. So there are those like weird diary snippets all over the video, which are showed briefly, and they are like let's say they are semi-true, semi-not, and like their purpose is kind of like to give the meat to the bones and the context of what actually went on the song and what it's about, because the lyrics itself are really abstract, but I wanted to add some kind of like concrete, even though short events there. And it started to form out. We were a bit struggling where we filmed the main video, until I realized that I still had keys to my old rehearsal room, which I actually used back in the day on the black metal band many years ago, like 10 years ago, like the first rehearsal place we had with them. And as you can see from the video, it's kind of like, it's not really nice place. Like as you can, I mean, the place really smells and feels exactly how it looks. I mean, I think there's like mold or something. It's not upkept at all, because after all, it has been taken out of commission like many years ago anyways. So we shouldn't even have been there actually. But yeah, I still had the key. So we went looking for that place. Rest of the guys had never been there, and they were like, "Oh, this is perfect for like gothic rock." So yeah, we went for it, because why the hell not? I mean, I think it was really good place.
No, I think it worked out well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it fits the mood of the song really well.
Yeah,
So did you work with anyone else in terms of filming this, or did you guys just do the whole thing by yourselves?
By ourselves, yeah. Our best friend was actually we had this weird, what is in English, like lamp that you put on your like forehead.
Yeah, the
Which
lamps that you wear on your forehead?
Yeah, constructor workers use that. So that was like our main source of light, and it was actually really good, because it was really powerful light, because the place was obviously like completely dark, but having like one dramatic light can make a lot. And like we just used stands, and then of course we filmed like each other when not everybody are on the picture. But yeah, it was completely done with the 4 of us.
Oh, nice.
Back then, it's actually quite a long time already from that. It's like let's see, like at least year or 1.5 years ago when we shot that. It has been lying around quite a lot, because we have been working on the sounds for a really long time for all the songs.
So speaking of the stuff you're working on, I think I read on your Instagram that you have almost like a whole album's worth of songs that are not released yet.
Yes.
That are done.
Yes.
And you said that's
this will be the first single of them.
And you have a plan for a full length release?
Yes.
Are you guys going to release that with Swiss Dark Nights? I know you've released some other stuff with Swiss Dark Nights.
Apparently not. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it's like kinda it went out that I released some of the past singles in this summer with Dark Nights, and they were more raw, I'd say, really like more stripped down gothic rock. But the new stuff is obviously very different because for starters it's done with 4-piece, not solo.
Yeah.
So I'd say the new stuff should be light years better produced. I hope so. So it's I can understand that not everybody appreciates that the band evolves in a certain direction. So that's out of the cards, the Swiss Dark Nights. But like, we'll see how that regard goes. But it would be surely nice to have a physical release on this one too. But I try to take it chill on this one in a way, because I think albums are, after all, for the fans, for the listeners. And like, the way I try to think is that if there is demand, then one shall supply. But like, it's all about that.
Yeah.
But
totally.
Of course it's cool. It's cool. But I'm not like the biggest. I know there are people who are like, have like 10,000 CDs and 10,000 vinyls on their home, and they never listen music online and stuff like that. So I'm not like that. I think like it's all up to anyone can listen the way they want. I'm not a gatekeeper.
No, I get that. Yeah, we're the same way. We try to support whatever platforms people are interested in listening on, not really judge people based on, how they choose to consume music or whatever.
Of course, physical is always cooler, yes, but it's like, it doesn't make the digital any less cooler. Like that's also okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's all I got for you today. I mean, it was really nice talking to you, and I look forward to hearing your new music. And thank you for taking some time to talk with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's my honor.
When I was young, I thought the world of you. You were all that I wanted, then it faded out. I never saw you again, but I won't forget the loss